In the near future, humanity's growing presence in space and its unpredictable nature have caught the attention of a powerful and secretive alien coalition known simply as the Erasers. These beings are part of a vast galactic order dedicated to maintaining peace through ruthless control. Any civilization deemed too chaotic or dangerous is to be eradicated. Earth, with its volatile history, rapid technological advancement, and unpredictable politics, has been marked for destruction. The story opens with a sudden and shocking arrival. Massive alien warships appear in Earth's orbit without warning. Their technology is unlike anything humanity has ever seen. Ships larger than cities equipped with weapons capable of obliterating entire continents in minutes. Humanity's military forces scramble jets, missiles, and satellites, but all attempts to repel the Erasers fail miserably. The aliens' energy shields absorb every strike, and their counterattacks reduce strategic military bases to ash. The global panic is palpable. Governments convene emergency meetings, but diplomatic channels yield no results. The Erasers issue a cold ultimatum broadcast across all frequencies. Humanity must surrender and disarm or face total annihilation. Desperate and divided, Earth's nations struggle to mount any effective response. Amidst the chaos, a secretive coalition of world leaders authorizes the formation of a covert task force, an elite group of the best scientists, military strategists, and intelligence agents gathered from around the world. Their mission? Find any possible weakness in the Erasers or discover something ancient on Earth that could turn the tide. Enter Dr. Kaylin Rowe, a brilliant but unconventional xenobiologist. Known for her obsession with Earth's ancient legends and myths, Dr. Rowe has spent years researching forgotten civilizations and the possibility that humanity's ancestors were not alone in the cosmos. She believes Earth's myths about a final guardian are not mere stories but records of a hidden power designed to protect the planet in times of dire threat. Dr. Rowe's conviction leads the task force to remote and extreme locations around the globe, deep ocean trenches, dense jungles, and frozen wastelands, searching for archaeological evidence. Their breakthrough comes when satellite scans detect unusual energy signatures beneath the Antarctic ice. A multinational expedition uncovers enormous alien-like ruins embedded in the ice, along with strange artifacts that defy current scientific understanding. As the Erasers increase their bombardment of Earth's major cities, Dr. Rowe and her team work feverishly to unlock the secrets of these ruins. Initial studies show the artifacts are part of a complex mechanism, ancient technology linked to a bioengineered force, something that was meant to defend Earth if ever it faced existential danger. Tensions rise globally as the alien threat becomes more aggressive. Civilians are evacuated, infrastructure collapses, and despair threatens to overwhelm any hope of survival. Dr. Rowe's discovery offers a flicker of light amid the darkening storm. Could this final guardian be real? Could Earth itself hold a weapon powerful enough to turn back the Erasers? The first part ends with the ominous activation of the ancient artifact beneath the ice, a desperate gambit by the task force as Earth's last hope. Unknown to them, this act sets in motion forces far beyond their control, awakening something ancient, powerful, and deadly. Humanity's fate teeters on a knife's edge, caught between extinction and an unpredictable new power stirring from the depths of the planet. Following the desperate activation of the ancient artifact beneath the Antarctic ice, the world holds its breath. Humanity's leaders and scientists watch anxiously as the enigmatic mechanism hums to life, sending out a pulse of energy that ripples through the Earth's crust. Dr. Kaylin Rowe and her team realize that this is not just a relic or dormant technology. This artifact is a trigger, a key to awakening something long buried and forgotten beneath the planet's surface. The story shifts to the deep layers of the Earth, where seismic sensors begin detecting unusual activity. Magma shifts, tectonic plates tremble, and deep caverns glow faintly with an otherworldly light. Slowly, a colossal bioengineered entity, known simply as the Guardian, stirs from its ancient slumber. The Guardian is unlike anything humanity has ever encountered, a vast living weapon created eons ago by a now extinct civilization that once inhabited Earth. This ancient civilization, unknown to modern humans, engineered the Guardian as the planet's ultimate defense mechanism against threats, both external invaders and internal cataclysms. The Guardian was designed to be a force of nature, capable of immense destruction but with a singular purpose: to protect Earth at all costs. However, it had been sealed away after that civilization vanished, presumably due to the uncontrollable power it wielded. As the Guardian awakens, it rises from its subterranean prison, shaking the planet with every movement. Its massive form is a fusion of organic and biomechanical elements, pulsating with energy that seems tied to the planet's life force itself. But there is a problem. The Guardian's programming, based on ancient logic and instinct, does not recognize current inhabitants or their intentions. It perceives the Eraser's assault as a dire threat, but also regards humanity's frantic military response as equally hostile. This confusion sets off a terrifying chain of events. The Guardian begins attacking indiscriminately. Cities near. Its emergence points suffer catastrophic destruction as it lashes out against anything it perceives as a threat. Both alien invaders and human forces become casualties of its relentless assault. The world descends into chaos, not only from the alien invasion but now from the catastrophic rampage of the Guardian. Meanwhile, Dr. Rowe and her team scramble to understand the Guardian's behavior. They dive into the study of the ancient ruins and artifacts, working tirelessly to decode an extinct language embedded in the technology. Through painstaking effort, they discover that the Guardian's rules of engagement were programmed to be absolute and inflexible. It cannot be reasoned with, at least not by normal means. This part of the story explores the tension between hope and despair. The awakening of the Guardian was meant to be humanity's salvation, a weapon to turn the tide against the Erasers. Instead, it has become a double-edged sword, a new threat that could just as easily wipe out humanity as defend it. As cities burn and military forces are overwhelmed, a small resistance begins to form. This group, led by Dr. Rowe, is determined to find a way to communicate with the Guardian and control its power before it destroys everything. They theorize that if they can unlock the Guardian's ancient programming or find a way to interface with it, they might transform the monster into an unstoppable defender. The second part ends on a cliffhanger. The Guardian stands tall amid the ruins, a titanic figure of destruction and protection alike, its eyes glowing with primal intelligence. Humanity faces a terrifying new reality. Their salvation has awoken something far deadlier than the invaders themselves. The battle for Earth's survival has only just begun, but it now includes a force beyond comprehension, Earth's deadliest protector, unleashed and uncontrolled. The awakening of the Guardian has plunged Earth into unparalleled chaos. What was meant to be humanity's trump card against the Erasers has instead unleashed a force that does not discriminate between friend and foe. As the colossal bioengineered entity roams the planet, destruction spreads like wildfire, leveling cities and turning once thriving regions into smoldering wastelands. The Guardian's sheer scale and power are staggering. Its movements trigger earthquakes, its immense limbs crush buildings with ease, and its bioenergy blasts incinerate anything in its path. The Erasers, despite their advanced technology, find themselves under siege not only from human resistance, but from this unpredictable and devastating force. Likewise, human militaries, already battered by the alien invasion, are caught in the Guardian's indiscriminate path of destruction. Civilian casualties mount rapidly, and mass evacuations overwhelm. Remaining infrastructure, governments teeter on the brink of collapse, unable to coordinate effective defense or relief efforts amid the relentless dual assault. The global population is gripped by terror, unsure whether to fear the invaders, the Guardian, or the chaos. Both have created together. Dr. Kaylin Rowe and her team are at the center of this maelstrom. Recognizing that brute force cannot subdue the Guardian, they double down on research to communicate with it. They delve deeper into the alien ruins and ancient artifacts, poring over the inscriptions and technological schematics. Slowly, they begin to piece together fragments of the Guardian's programming, a complex set of directives tied to protecting Earth, but lacking any nuanced understanding of current life forms or alliances. The team's breakthrough comes from realizing that the Guardian operates on an outdated logic system, a kind of primal AI designed to react solely to perceived threats without moral judgment. This rigid programming explains why it attacks both humans and erasers alike. For the Guardian, all large, fast-moving entities are threats that must be neutralized. Faced with this, the task force works tirelessly to develop a way to send signals that mimic the Guardian's own language, a combination of bioelectrical, pulses, and ancient encoded data. Their hope is to override or at least influence its behavior, turning its destructive instincts into a focused defense against the alien invaders. However, attempts to communicate are risky. The Guardian's reactions to the team's experiments are unpredictable, sometimes curious and slow to react, but often violently aggressive. Field agents report narrow escapes as the Guardian shifts from attacking alien warships to tearing through nearby human strongholds. Meanwhile, the erasers adapt their tactics. Recognizing the Guardian as a significant obstacle, they redirect some of their forces to neutralize it, deploying experimental weapons and energy fields designed to contain or disable the creature. This shift relieves some pressure on humanity's cities but escalates the overall conflict, turning Earth into a chaotic battleground where alien technology clashes with ancient bioengineering. Amidst the chaos, a small but determined resistance network forms. This coalition of military survivors, scientists, and civilians pledges to protect Dr. Rowe's team and secure the key research needed to tame the Guardian. They launch daring missions to recover vital artifacts and defend research facilities from both alien raids and the Guardian's inadvertent assaults. The chapter culminates in a tense confrontation near one of the Guardian's awakening sites. A combined human resistance unit, with the help of hastily repurposed alien technology, attempts a risky maneuver to interface directly with the creature. The outcome is uncertain, and the stakes are nothing less than the survival of Earth. As Part 3 closes, the world stands on the brink. The Guardian's rampage continues unchecked in some regions, while tentative communication flickers in others. Humanity's hope now hinges on mastering this ancient force before it turns Earth into a graveyard, not just from alien conquest, but from the chaos they themselves have unleashed. With Earth ravaged by both the relentless alien erasers and the unstoppable Guardian, humanity faces a dire crossroads. The catastrophic battles have left cities in ruins and military forces stretched to their limits. In this desperate hour, a startling realization emerges. The Guardian is not only a threat to humanity but also to the erasers themselves. Its indiscriminate attacks are tearing through alien warships as well as human strongholds, jeopardizing the erasers' mission of planetary eradication. Faced with this common threat, the erasers' high command reluctantly reassesses their strategy. What had begun as a one-sided campaign to erase humanity is now complicated by a force neither side can control. To prevent mutual destruction, the erasers propose an unprecedented ceasefire, a chance to work alongside the surviving humans to contain the Guardian before it destroys everything. At first, humanity's leaders and military commanders are skeptical. The aliens who nearly annihilated their civilization now want to cooperate? Suspicion runs deep, but Dr. Kaylin Rowe, who has tirelessly studied the Guardian's nature and ancient origins, advocates for this alliance. She argues that the Guardian's existence transcends the conflict between species. It is an elemental force bound to Earth itself. If left unchecked, it will annihilate all life regardless of allegiance. The uneasy truce forms the basis for a fragile joint task force, combining human ingenuity and resilience with the erasers' advanced technology and knowledge. Scientists and soldiers from both sides share intelligence and resources. Alien engineers assist in reverse engineering the Guardian's bioengineering, while human researchers focus on decoding its ancient programming and language. Dr. Rowe plays a pivotal role in bridging the two sides, acting as the liaison who interprets both the Guardian's behaviors and the alien perspectives. Using a combination of bioelectrical signals derived from the ancient artifact and sophisticated alien communication tech, the team develops a prototype interface designed to communicate directly with the Guardian's primal consciousness. Despite the collaboration, tension simmers beneath the surface. Old wounds and deep mistrust threaten to unravel progress at every turn. Sabotage attempts and disagreements over tactics force the Alliance to navigate a delicate balance between cooperation and conflict. Meanwhile, the Guardian remains a looming force of destruction. It is clear that total control is impossible. The best hope is to redirect its attention and contain its rage. The task force devises a daring plan to lead the Guardian away from populated areas by simulating the threat signals encoded in its programming, essentially tricking it into perceiving a larger, external menace that must be confronted elsewhere. To accomplish this, the team uses a combination of the alien energy projectors and the ancient artifact's power to project a massive, synthetic threat signature. The Guardian responds, moving toward the fabricated source, giving humanity and the Erasers critical breathing room. However, the plan reveals a sobering truth. The Guardian senses something far more dangerous beyond Earth's borders, something the Erasers themselves fear. This revelation adds new urgency and complexity to the situation. The Joint Task Force prepares for the next phase, knowing that while the Guardian can be temporarily diverted, it remains a wild and powerful force that must ultimately be understood and harnessed. Humanity and the Erasers are no longer just battling each other. They face a future where cooperation is necessary for survival. As Part 4 closes, the uneasy alliance stands as a beacon of hope amid chaos. The Erasers, once Earth's merciless executioners, are now reluctant partners in a struggle that could reshape the fate of the planet and the galaxy. And the Guardian, Earth's deadliest protector, looms ever larger, a force awakened but not yet fully understood, holding secrets that could either doom or save all life on Earth. With the uneasy alliance between humanity and the Erasers holding, and the Guardian momentarily diverted, a fragile calm settles over Earth. However, this calm is deceptive. The combined forces have only delayed the inevitable, not eliminated, the danger. As Dr. Kalen Rowe and the Joint Task Force dig deeper into the ancient alien ruins and the Guardian's enigmatic technology, a darker truth begins to surface, one far beyond the scope of the current conflict. The Guardian's programming references an external force, something far older and more sinister than the Erasers. This ancient menace, long dormant in the dark reaches beyond the solar system, is awakening. The Guardian was created not only to protect Earth from invaders like the Erasers, but to serve as a sentinel against this cosmic predator. The Erasers themselves have been aware of this entity for centuries but kept it secret, fearing its power even more than that of rebellious civilizations. As data flows in from deep space sensors and alien reconnaissance ships, the Joint Task Force confirms the return of this existential threat. A colossal cosmic entity, referred to only in ancient texts as the Devourer, is moving toward the solar system. Its immense size and energy signature dwarf anything humanity or the Erasers have faced. It feeds on entire planets, consuming their energy and life, leaving behind barren husks. The revelation shakes both humans and aliens to their core. The Erasers' campaign against Earth now seems trivial and short-sighted. Their fear of humanity's unpredictability pales compared to the threat this Devourer represents. It is clear that if the Devourer reaches Earth, neither humans nor Erasers will survive. Panic spreads among Earth's population, but the alliance between humans and Erasers grows stronger under this shared existential threat. Resources are pooled, defenses fortified, and urgent research begins into weapons and tactics capable of confronting the Devourer. Meanwhile, the Guardian's behavior becomes more focused. It appears to sense the approaching menace and shifts from chaotic destruction to a defensive stance, positioning itself strategically around Earth's most vital regions. Dr. Rowe's team theorizes that the Guardian is preparing to engage the Devourer, but it will need assistance. As preparations proceed, the Joint Task Force uncovers a shocking detail in the ruins. The ancient civilization that created the Guardian also left behind a hidden weapon, a starship-sized device designed as the ultimate countermeasure against the Devourer. This device, dubbed the Heart of Earth, harnesses the planet's own life force to power an overwhelmingly destructive weapon. Mobilizing a desperate mission, the task force assembles an elite team to locate, activate, and pilot the Heart of Earth. But this mission is fraught with peril. The device is buried deep within Earth's core, protected by lethal traps and ancient security protocols. Time is running out as the Devourer draws closer. Simultaneously, tensions flare within the Alliance. Some factions, human and eraser alike, fear the Heart of Earth's power could be catastrophic if unleashed. Old prejudices and fear of betrayal threaten to fracture the fragile cooperation just when unity is most needed. The narrative tension builds as the Heart of Earth mission embarks on its dangerous descent. Dr. Rowe, along with a team of experts, ventures into the planet's molten depths, navigating ancient defenses while the surface braces for the coming storm. The fifth part closes with the Devourer's arrival at the solar system's outer edge, its shadow looming over the planets. Earth's fate, balanced on the efforts of the fragile Alliance and the activation of the Heart of Earth, hangs in the balance. The true scale of the threat is now fully realized. This is no longer just a battle for Earth, but for the survival of all life in the solar system. The cosmic predator known as the Devourer has reached the solar system's edge, casting a dark shadow over all planetary life. Earth, already battered by the war with the Erasers and the rampage of the Guardian, now faces its greatest test. The fragile alliance between humans and the alien invaders is pushed to the breaking point as they prepare for a desperate, final battle to save their home. Deep beneath Earth's crust, Dr. Kaylin Rowe and her elite team race against time. Their mission, to activate the Heart of Earth, the ancient superweapon designed by a long-lost civilization to defend the planet from exactly this kind of cosmic horror, navigating treacherous tunnels, deadly traps, and complex alien technology. They push forward, fully aware that failure means extinction. On the surface and in orbit, the combined forces of humans and erasers marshal every available resource. Space fleets form defensive perimeters, while ground troops prepare to support the Guardian in a last-ditch effort to hold back the Devourer. The Guardian itself, though still a mysterious and uncontrollable force, now acts with a singular purpose: protecting Earth at any cost. As the Devourer advances, its power is overwhelming. It emits waves of destructive energy that cripple satellites, disrupt communication, and cause natural disasters worldwide. Its massive tendrils scrape the asteroid belt, sending debris hurtling toward Earth. The very fabric of the solar system seems to warp under its approach. Despite the terror, the Alliance fights with unprecedented unity. Eraser warships, once humanity's mortal enemies, now shield human cities. Human engineers retrofit alien weapons, and alien scientists adapt human tactics. There is no room for old grudges, only survival. Inside Earth, the Heart of Earth finally powers up. The weapon's core glows with an eerie light, resonating with the planet's life force. But activating the weapon requires sacrifice. The device's energy draw threatens to destabilize Earth's core, risking catastrophic geological upheavals. The team must decide: unleash the weapon and gamble Earth's stability for a chance to destroy the Devourer, or seek another way and face almost certain annihilation. Dr. Rowe, faced with this impossible choice, pushes forward. As the Heart of Earth's power surges, it projects a massive energy pulse aimed at the Devourer's approach vector. The impact is cataclysmic, ripping through the cosmic predator's outer defenses and inflicting massive damage. But the Devourer is relentless. It retaliates with a devastating counterattack targeting the Guardian and the Allied fleets. The Guardian, pushed to its limits, unleashes its full fury, engaging the Devourer in a titanic clash that shakes the very ground and skies of Earth. The battle is brutal and desperate. The combined human and eraser forces hold the line as Dr. Rowe's team stabilizes the Heart of Earth, maintaining the weapon's energy output even as seismic activity rocks the planet. In the final moments, the Guardian lands a decisive blow, fracturing the Devourer's core and forcing the cosmic horror to retreat beyond the solar system. The solar system breathes a tentative sigh of relief. But victory comes at a cost. Earth's surface is scarred, cities lie in ruins, and countless lives are lost. The alliance between humanity and the Erasers, forged in desperation, leaves an uncertain future, one where former enemies must navigate coexistence and recovery. Dr. Rowe reflects on the journey, the awakening of the Guardian, the brutal conflict, the shocking alliance, and the devastating true threat. Humanity has survived, but the story ends with a cautionary note. Earth's deadliest protector was awakened by the attempt to erase humanity, and while it saved the planet, it also revealed how fragile peace and survival truly are.